Recently, I've had the pleasure of finishing a game that changed my life. A game so incredibly beautiful, so intricately written, that it genuinely made me want to live again. And that game is called Disco Elysium.
You may be right. Let's keep our eyes open. Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Are you sure? Who could say it's not true? If you really don't remember anything, how would you know? Okay, see it as competition, but don't expect me to. It's a good thing you found that gun. I can see why they sent you now. I'm really not sure about this turn of events. I may have preferred the mutton chops. They sort of seem to cover up the... No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. You did well. In Elysium, behind our eyes, like all human beings, detective, the world is what it is. I'm glad to see you're stable. Keep it that way. A tremendous evolutionary advantage, I'm sure. But perhaps we've had enough speculative biology for today? You must be joking. Good night, detective.
The road to healing is going to be a long one. Stay the course. You will make it someday.
If you know me, you would know that last year, in 2024, I went through the hardest time in my life. Such a dark pit I fell into that I was genuinely questioning how I'm going to ever climb out of it. And you know, exactly when you get beaten down to a point where you are so low, you're so exhausted, that an angel comes through the darkness and enters your life and actually makes you want to lock in. Okay? I was geeked out, and I don't really like to throw this around lightly, but I was genuinely depressed. And when the darkness comes for you, the darkness comes for you, you know? You get sucked into the pit. There's not really much that can take you out of it. It's a perpetual cycle of back and forth of how meaningless it all is. You know, it's hard to get out of that nihilistic, sticky pit of tar. But when I think about this game, I just think, like, I love my stupid Baka life. I love my stupid Chungus life, okay? And I'm so thankful that I got to live and experience the beauty of this game. I'm not gonna get into a full analysis of it, but I just want to share with everyone how beautiful life can really be, and how this is a life worth living. This is the place to be, and that everything is going to get better, that you can get better, that you can keep living, and it won't be easy, and the journey will be long and hard, but it will be worth it. It will be worth it. I don't even have the words to start to begin to explain how playing Disco Elysium has opened my eyes. My third eye is open. So I think I will begin at a little bit of a context to the situation. So back earlier this year, 2025, I was really fallen down, but I decided that I have to lock in. And I started to engage more with the things I used to love before I got sucked into this void of questioning what is the meaning of life, and do we really have to go to work every day? Is that all that it is? You know, look at the world outside. It's horrible. Horrible. Especially, you know, me as a Russian person. You know, I don't even have to say. how bad it is right now, you know? The horrors that happen in the world every day and have been happening for years, and it just gets worse and worse. And as someone who lives abroad, I don't live in my country, and haven't lived in my country for many, many years. You sometimes fall back into this kind of mindset that you don't really have a place where you belong, you know, and you kind of despise your own country and where you're from and who you are. You don't understand it, you despise it because you feel like it is not what you stand for. You feel like the situation is so horrible, the government is corrupt, the people are so depressed and constantly drowning themselves in alcohol and substances, living in abject poverty as like the top 1% of oligarchs just steals from us and makes choices that benefit them in the future and nobody else. How the environment is fucked, everything is on the brink of collapse and nothing is stable, you know. And as someone who lives abroad, you know, life isn't exactly easy. It isn't easy to live abroad, and it's not an option to come back because things are so goddamn difficult right now. And it sometimes might look like there is no bright ending at the end of this tunnel. And you start to think, what is the point? What even is the point? And I decided I'm gonna try to get out of it somehow. You know, I'm going to start engaging with media that I like. And at the time, I just started barely touching upon it. I started engaging in fandom culture again, as I used to be very active in fandom culture as a teenager. It used to be really my life, you know. I think you can tell by my backdrop here. But I started to get back into it with baby steps, but it wasn't really until I got the chance to visit my hometown for the first time in at least a decade. I got to come back and I got to see it again before things, you know, got even worse. I got to see my family and I got to engage with really where my roots are, where I'm from. And it was really an eye-opening experience, more than I ever thought it would be. I come from a small town in Primorsky Krai in Russia, so that's like the very east, the very southeast of Russia, like the very tippity top, the tippity corner, the very tip of the Asian side of Russia, bordering with China. And the exact town that I come from is Nakhodka. So most people have not heard of that place, but it is a little port town. And I feel like that coming back is what really made me already from the get-go feel so connected to the game, feel so connected to Disco Elysium, because Nakhodka really is quite similar to Revachol, at least in my mind. And this was my Revachol. And when I came back, you know, I walked around all the places where I was born. I didn't get to grow up much in Russia, but I stayed there from the day that I was born until I was 7 years old. And that's when my family moved to Thailand, where I live now. But I looked at all these childhood memories that I had everywhere in the broken down, not refurbished at all over a decade, multiple decades almost. At least 15 years it has been since I went there. Nothing has changed. Everything is still the same. All of the issues that they are visible in the very structure, the very architecture, everything is still the same as it was. And walking the streets really made me think about my life a little bit. It was that nostalgic melancholy that I experienced that really kind of made me, I think, start my journey into getting better. I spent 2 weeks in my country. I took 2 weeks off of work, and I went to visit my family, and kind of just have a little, a little walk down memory lane. And towards the end of the 2 weeks, I was spending some time with my closest relatives in the countryside, kind of outside of Vladivostok, which is where I spent most of the time while I was staying. Aside from when I went to Nahodka, I went to see my grandma, and we were having some barbecue, and I was connecting with my relatives for the first time since being a child. I actually got to speak with them as an adult, and something about that felt so cathartic. Like, I could actually understand these people, and I could actually understand where I come from. It was really quite beautiful, but it really didn't hit me until we were in the car and I was sitting in the front seat. There's a bridge that you have to cross from the kind of suburbs or the village where my grandma was staying, and where I was having a meetup with all the family. We had to cross this bridge on the car over the sea. And as we're driving over the bridge, I was sitting in the front seat. I'm looking out. The sun is starting to go down, so it's about to be dusk. Dusk is about to fall, and I was looking out. I've had a little bit of wine with my family, and I'm just. I look at the sun rays hit the water and reflect and ripple all over the place, hitting me in the eyes, and I see the pier. I see the buildings of the city. They're not much different from the way they were since the collapse of the Soviet Union, And something happened. Like, my third eye opened. I had my shivers activated. I had my shivers skill check there in that moment. And that's when the city spoke to me. It welcomed me as I was driving back in. It was my I am La Revacholière moment, okay? Except for me, it was like, Ya Vladivostok, blядь, okay? But it was beautiful to me. And I thought, this is the place to be. Life isn't so bad. There are good people around here. People with stories, people with soul. Real nice people. And even at the worst of times, they can find things to live for. Why can't I? Yes, the city hasn't been improved in a long time. It really is forgotten by the country. It's forgotten by its government. But in a way, it is still beautiful. The way that the sun is hitting the water, the way that the wind is hitting my face when I roll down the window, and it smells of salt and freshness and cold. And I just think, I don't want to leave all of this behind. After that, even when I came back to Thailand, I flew back, everything just became brighter. Colors were vibrant. Even just the water was more blue, the sky was bright blue, the sun was bright yellow, the flowers were red, the trees were green. And I thought to myself, has the world always looked like this? I didn't understand how bleak my world looked to me until the moment that it was no longer looking like that. I was missing out on so much beauty and color. Living in bleakness and monochrome and darkness. I even had to Google, is this normal? I actually looked up on Reddit, is there anything that could cause colors to become suddenly brighter? And of course Google told me it might be a tumor in my brain, might still be the case, or a manic episode or whatever. But I choose to believe that it was just my shivers activating. I really spoke to volition in that moment. And I was like that guy, that soy jack getting injected with hope. That's how I felt, okay? It's a new world opened to me. A new worldview just just opened to me. I've known about this game for many years, since it's been out since like 2019. I've known about this game, but something was keeping me from it. Sometimes whenever I feel like something is going to be very important to me, like some kind of media that I will enjoy a lot and I'll get obsessed over, I don't engage with it for a long time. I procrastinate engaging with it because I'm scared of committing to spending so much of my mental power and so much of my passion and emotions for it. But thank God, with some help from a very dear friend, I was able to be pushed to actually engage with it, and it changed my life. I am so thankful I got to experience it. Just like Harry got to have a second chance at life, I feel like that time, that bridge, gave me a pathway into my new chance at life. In that car, I entered a doorway into a brighter world where I get to fight for what I believe in and fight for myself and fight for my life every single day with renewed effort and willpower. There are beautiful, amazing people out there. The world is full of beauty and color and art. It is really worth staying for. As soon as I realized this, and similarly to during my playthrough, I decided to go full on, no electrochemistry, full sober with Harry, because I decided he needs to change his life. He needs to live life to the fullest and completely become a different person and be the good cop he can be, right? I kind of did the same thing myself. I won't say I became completely sober or whatever. I never really had any issues with substance abuse, maybe. But I really decided to change my life. I started to eat healthier. I started to work out more. I work out at least 5 times a week, minimum. I kind of started my weight loss journey. I lost quite a few kilograms, and I'm still on that journey to this day. I started working out to gain muscle as well, just to be more healthier in general. I started to engage with people more, and that really made me realize that I was a bit of a recluse, you know. Just like Harry Dubois, I entered a state of deep loneliness and perpetual self-pity that was so hard to get out of. But my Kim Kitsuragi was Disco Elysium. The same way that Harry climbed out of a dark, dark pit, a new and empty-headed man, and the first person he saw was Kim Kitsuragi, someone who's like the complete opposite of who Harry was before. Someone with that he saw as like almost a saint, almost an angel with a halo around him. That's how I see this game. Okay? And that's how I see Kim Kitsuragi as well. Kim Pikaragi, my goat. He is my goat, my inspiration. I love him. I love him so much. Okay, sorry. I think Disco Elysium really is about understanding yourself and understanding what you believe in and what you value. And also just understanding that you are worth it. Life is worth it. Trying again is always a possibility, no matter how badly you fucked up before. No matter how badly and how horrible the situation seems, how much you hate yourself, you are worth it. Life is worth it. The place you're from is worth it. Worth fighting for. Worth fighting for yourself. And it doesn't mean that you have to go the fascist route like Harry can possibly go. And you don't have to go absolute communist, even though that's what I chose. Just as long as you're ready to fight for what you believe is right every single day, and working on yourself, and being open and understanding, and passing that empathy check all the time with people around you, you can be the good person you want to be. Similarly to Dubois, I also fell into a lot of perpetual echo chambers of echo chambers of self-hatred. I had a lot of rigorous self-critique thoughts going on in my noggin back last year, and that was really ruining my life and ruining my health. Similarly to Dubois as well. Sorry, but I really identify with that man. I don't know what it is, but I really identify with those middle-aged men with identity crisis and existential crises. If you take a look at my letterbox, take a look at my top 4. They're all about a freaking middle-aged man who's going through an existential crisis. And if I could add Disco Elysium to my top 4 letterboxd, I would, and it would be number 1. It would be number 1. God, what a beautiful game, and I want to strangle Zom and put them 6 feet underground and feed them to the Phasmid. Okay? They're going beneath the reeds. I'm telling this right now. They're going beneath the reeds because what the hell? Anyways. Just the whole story of Harry really resonated with me. And just, I think, similar to how he felt, I really, really identified with having Kim as my role model. Like, nowadays, every day, I think, like, what would Kim do? You know? What would Kim do? And just things don't seem that bad anymore. They really don't. It's disco, baby. Just keep on dancing. Fuck the world. Fuck the world, am I right? It's really a spiritual experience, and I don't want to, I might do a full-on deep dive one of these days, but I really encourage everyone out there to play it for themselves, because it is really your story. When you play the game, you're not playing as Harry, you're playing as you in the body of Harry. Okay? And I would say, don't read that letter. Don't read that letter. Let hurt go. Let hurt go. And do what you're passionate about. Okay? Do what you're passionate about. Engage with the people that matter to you. People that inspire you. Engage with them. Forget about those people that hurt you. Forget about the people that told you you're worthless. Forgive them and move on. Have love for everyone. That's exactly what the game taught me. In fact, I even got this tattoo. Can you see? Oh, hold on, let me show it to you better. It says, Sunrise Parabellum. What my goat said. What my goat Kim has said. When you wake up after the tribunal. Sunrise Parabellum. And the origins of the word Parabellum, as some of you might know, if you know the game, if you've played the game, you might have looked this up, but Parabellum comes from a book about the, I think, strategies of war, or the way to lead war, from a Roman general. In Latin, it means prepare for war. But I think when Kim says sunrise, prepare for war, it can be seen as accurate and canon within the universe, within the storyline, because it really was basically the beginning of a war in Revachol. Political war between Wild Pines and the Union, the striking Union, which is also basically the battle between the bourgeoisie, the capitalists, and the communists. And it was literally the sunrise, because it was the morning, and we have woken up after spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. We have woken up as Harry from getting injured at the tribunal when we got in between a shootout between the mercenaries from Wild Pines and the Union Hardy Boys, and we had to prepare for war. But the way I see it, in the context of Harry, and the context of Kim, and the context of the game, and the context of the philosophy of the game, I see it as Wake up, soldier, basically. Wake up, soldier. It's sunrise. Prepare to fight for what you believe is right and never stop. Because there is no other option. Keep fighting. Every day you wake up, no matter how hard it is to get up, when you wake up at sunrise, you are preparing to battle with life, with yourself, with things in your way, to keep on living and enjoying your life and being yourself. Life is a perpetual war. It's a perpetual fight. When you look out the window and you see how bad things have gotten right now in the current socio-political climate, it's easy to give up and it's hard to keep going. It is a fight with depression, with giving up. And all of us need to have the volition to continue. Sunrise Parabellum. Keep on fighting. And enjoy your stupid Chungus life. Because really, the meaning of life is life itself. At least that's how I interpret it. See you in the next one.